Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Language Arts Gallery. Today, we're going to finish up talking about our problem and solution essay for young learners. And today, we're going to go through the peer review process. So you can find the link to this lesson and all my academic writing lessons in the video description. And if you haven't already, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. If you subscribe to my channel, you will get all the videos for writing for young learners, and you'll also get all of my academic writing videos. So let's go ahead and let's talk about peer review in the problem and solution essay. So before we get into the peer review process, what I like to do is I go back and I want to review everything that we talked about in those first 4 days of writing workshop. So I want to talk about what a problem and solution essay is and what exactly is included in each component of the essay. So remember, we're introducing a problem. In our case, it was problems with the barter system. We're going to talk about 3 details of that problem, and each of those is going to be discussed in its own body paragraph. And we're going to talk about the solution. We said that money was the solution to this problem. So this is how we structured our essay, and we're going to go over what's included in each of these 5 paragraphs. And we're going to start with a good introduction, a good beginning. We said we want to engage that reader with the first sentence. We're going to draw them in. We can use a strong statement, or we could ask a question, or we could use a startling fact. We might use a quotation. Then we want to introduce the problem, which is problems with the barter system. We want to give that reader a roadmap or a thesis map. Remember, we're talking about 3 big problems or 3 big ideas related to problems with bartering. And then we've got our thesis statement, which is that money solved all of these problems. Our body paragraph, remember, each one represents one problem associated with bartering. So our first sentence, we want to tell the reader what that problem is. That's our topic sentence. We want to give some details and develop that. Then we're going to talk about the solution, which was money, and how money solved that problem. Finally, our conclusion, we're going to signpost, or we're going to signal the end of our writing. We're going to restate the problem, which was problems with bartering. We're going to summarize the details. So we're going to go over those 3 big ideas that are represented with each body paragraph. Restate our thesis, which we said is money solves that problem. And then we're going to share a final thought with our audience. And our final thought is where our writers can be a little creative. So now I want to move into the peer review process. And I think it's really important as we're moving through peer review to talk about examples and non-examples of feedback. So when we revise our work, we're making changes to our essay. We're making substantial changes. Changes to the content. We're taking things out, we're adding things in. When we edit our work, we're checking to make sure that it's perfect. We want our spelling, our grammar, our punctuation, all of that to be perfect, because this is something we are going to publish or we're going to submit to our teacher. So it's important to be constructive. No one ever got better saying, good job, right? All that means is, I think there's nothing to change. And we want to give some advice, some feedback. Even if we think it's really perfect, give some alternative ideas or alternative suggestions. So here we've got examples and non-examples. The first sentence says, the second paragraph is unclear and stupid. I don't even know what you're saying. That's not constructive feedback. That doesn't help anyone get better. The next sentence says, the second paragraph doesn't have enough detail. I would add this to make it better. That's constructive feedback. You're talking about what's wrong and how you can make it better. So be polite. We're all on the same team. We all want to improve. Okay, so what I like to do is go through each of these checklists here for the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. And I'll use maybe something I've written. I might use our mentor text, but I want students to see how we go through and we check for each of these issues with the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Then I want us to break out. We're going to publish our draft, so we want to make sure that everything's perfect as we work through this, and we're going to get our classmates to help us. So you've got here this peer checklist. Go through each part of your partner or partner's essays. Okay, in the introduction, does the first sentence get your attention? Do they introduce the problem, describe it, give you a roadmap, give you a thesis? Does each paragraph include a topic sentence? Does it tell what the problem is? Does the body paragraph tell how money solves that problem? Do they give details as to how it does that? Does the conclusion signpost? Does it restate the problem? Does it give details of the problem, restate the thesis, and then have a good concluding thought? So we want all of those things to be represented in our essay. So we want to look for that in our classmates' essays. Okay, so you can find all of these source materials in the link to, in the video description. There's a link to that. And please remember to subscribe to my channel so you get this and all my other videos on academic writing. And I'll see you in our next video at the Language Arts Gallery.